Oh, certainly not. Well, he's grown height-wise, and I'm just
Transmission.
growing.
Specializing
In any
in
case,
foreign and domestic repairs, trust JB for all your performance needs. Check us out at www.jbtransmission.com or visit us at 256 St. Mary's Road in Winnipeg. This video production is sponsored by RD Sales and Service Limited. We service what others sell. For all mechanical repairs, trust our professionals. RD Sales and Service is a proud sponsor of the number 17 Super Truck and Sprint Car.
Is outside. It's Cody Wall in the 88 car. Row 3 has the 7L of Sean Penner inside and the 3-4 rent at Alex Hebert on the outside. 4 rent of Ron Friesen on the back. Darren. Now that 3-4 rent and 4 rent and 2 rent are just that. They are rental cars. If you want to give it a shot, you can go visit those cars after the race program tonight. Those guys just rented the cars for this evening. All you got to do is show up. They bring just about everything you need, I believe. The number 4 rent is taking it a little bit cool, and that's okay. We had one of those rental cars get in the middle of a good finish last week. Green flag, we're racing. Door to door out of turn 2, and the 24 of James Wall is the early leader. But here comes Sean Tunis, last week's feature winner. He's the leader now off of turn 4. 3-4 rent and 4 rent having their own little race at the back here. And that's probably okay. Last week, one of the rental cars got in the middle of a great race for the finish between Shane Holden in the 11 Junior and the 39 of Tunis, and actually messed up the finish a little bit if you ask Shane Holden, but the 39 of Sean Tunis ended up victorious. But these guys rent these cars for the evening, and it's good they're stepping lightly and going easy, because you don't want to get involved with anybody that spends all the time and money it takes to race in any class out here. What a great race for the number 1 spot. Sean Tunis in the corners quickly. Grand Prix Amusements, number 39 is your leader on the bottom of the racetrack. And 24 of James Wall. Those guys started first and second. Why is that, you say? Tonight is mid-season championship night, and it's high points at the front. So Sean Tunis is your number 1 guy in points so far this year. He starts in the number 1 spot in the first race. Now, Shane Holden in the 11 Junior, he starts on the pole in Heat 2. That's because he is the second high guy in points. James Wall, heading into tonight, is the 3rd highest in points. They line up the feature by how they finish their heat races on a heads-up start. They line up high points at the front for the heats and how they finish for the feature. The rental cars go down a lap at the hands of Sean Tunis first in the 39. This time by, Sean will take the white flag, indicating there is 1 lap to go. 1 to go for your leader, Sean Tunis, who started on the pole, had James Wall steal the lead away on the opening lap, but it's been Tunis all the way after lap 2. So Sean Tunis, by virtue of winning his heat race here, will start on the front row on the pole spot come feature time. Here's your winner. How about a hand for him? Sean Tunis in the Grand Prix Amusements, number 39. The Jansen GM, number 24, finishes second. 2T of Pete Dominic will finish third. 4th spot coming across the line now is Cody Wall. 5th is the 7L of Sean Penner. And those guys will be the inside row of the street stock feature. So now we race heat number 2. The high point guy, second high point guy, Shane Holden. These guys, how they finish heat 2 will line up the outside of the main event.
Well, thanks very much, Pat Mooney. Getting ready to go now with Street Stock Heat number 2. Well, another dominant performance by Sean Tunis in the corners quickly, number 39. Of course, those guys spend an awful lot of time on that car, and you can see it, Pat, every time they get on the racetrack. You know, we talk about spending a lot of money on race cars. They all need that. But a lot of guys that spend the most time in the pit area are the most successful, and to that, I know Tunis and his crew spend an awful lot of time getting that 39 right.
You're absolutely right, and you have to do that. I mean, I talked to a driver in the pit area tonight who had a couple of tough weeks over the last couple of weeks. He himself had close to 30 hours in the shop this week between Thursday and Thursday, and he has 3 other guys that help him that each spent 4 hours there. That is a pile of work, and you know yourself, it's harder work when it's not working. When your car's working and everything's clicking, well, things are come a little easier. But when you're struggling, it's a pile of work. And Tunis is on the top of it, and he keeps that 39 car near the front.
I don't see Holden out here, Pat. I do not see Shane Holden in the 11 JR. He was supposed to start on the pole.
I saw him come out for hot laps, and I saw him at the end of the hot laps slowing down quite a bit on the back straightaway and eventually went off at a very, very slow pace. Now, go through the lineup here. I'll tell you all the damage that was done last week. I'm not surprised that Shane's having troubles tonight.
All right, looks like Barry Hickston, the L-Bar Erector 08 is going to start on the pole. The 55 outside of row 1 is Andy Martins. Inside row 2, the 007 is James Slobodian. Outside is the 2L Art Lenert. And rounding out the field, the 80B Bill Maruka. 1 to green. I don't know if they're maybe waiting for the arrival of the 11 JR of Shane Holden or not.
Well, that could be, but while we got a minute, I'll tell you that they hit the wall last week and actually hit the wall so hard it bent the motor mounts. These cars have solid mounts, bent the rear end, some front end components, broke the transmission case. It was a huge job, over 1,000 in parts. Never mind the time it took to get that 11 car back ready to race, and apparently it isn't quite ready yet.
All right, thanks, Pat. Going racing in the Street Stock division for King Septic. Green flag is out. We're racing. Slobodian with a quick move in the 007 on the inside. Let's see if he can make that car stick. He gets a little sideways, a little loose. Art Lenert joins him in row number 2 in the charge down the back chute. Looks like the Sun Valley RV Ignite 107 55 car. Andy Martins is on the point and showing the way. Great race between Slobodian and Lenert right now for 3rd and 4th.
You know, Darren, you'll notice missing in the lineup tonight also is Ray Holden, who got squeezed over into the oldest car last week, if you recall, in the Street Stock Heat race with a tangle with the 007 of Slobodian and his grandson Shane Holden, both not making it here tonight. That's tough because they're both good runners.
No doubt about it. Ray Holden returning to racing after a multi-year hiatus in the 11 Pro car, going upside down right in the center of the back straightaway. And we've got some problems at the back of the pack. Looks like the 007 and the 80 get together just a little bit. Billy Maruka might have got the worst of that one as he looks way off the pace now. Your leader out of 4, that is the 55 of Martins. And oh boy, the Econo Muffler 08 facing the wrong way on the front straightaway. And I bet you will be looking for a yellow flag here, Pat.
As you can see, Darren, the right front tire and the right front fender on in the 80 car messed up. If you look at the 007's left rear fender, you can tell how they got together.
Well, you can see the flat tire on Maruka's car. And you can see what might appear to be a starter problem on the 08, but no, there's a yellow flag. The car's running again miraculously.
Isn't that something how that
does that
always
work,
works
huh?
that way, huh?
How does that work?
In the heat race, he's going to be a loser because if you cause a yellow in a heat race, you're out of here. So
that's right, yep.
He tricked himself, Jack.
You know, I forgot about that, and I think he did too.
Well,
good rule, I like it.
I think if someone would have helped him get there, it would have been a little different.
Sure.
The guy that caused the yellow would have been sent off, but he got around on his own and waited for the yellow, so that's the price you pay. Hey, don't forget to get a 50-50 ticket. And Darren, guess what? I was talking to Nelson tonight, and I actually got prices on the 50-50 tickets. Here's the deal. Last week we had what? Over $2,000 we give away.
Yeah, it was crazy at the World of Outlaws late models, yeah.
So here it is. 5 tickets are $3, 10 tickets are $5, 30 tickets are $10. So if you want to partner up with somebody, like I always have to do with Darren, because I always bring $5 and he does not allow that much out in daylight hours. So in any case, if you want to partner up with somebody, 30 tickets for $10. It's going to be a good one tonight too, Darren. You might even want to get in.
I might. if I can find $5.
Well,
3
you're-
cars, 6 laps.
Oh, do you think no? Tell me how many laps we should be going right now.
I say 3. I kind of agree with you on that a little bit.
Boy, that's frightening. If you agree with me on something, I must be onto something. Either that or you're slipping.
Well, Art Lenert, the Dairy Queen number 2, what is it, 2L? Yeah, I was going to say 21, but 2L.
Five laps to go.
5 to go, you're right. 1 more down, 5 to go. The 55 continues to lead and looks like he's got a hold of this racetrack quite nicely so far.
Wouldn't that be a great idea? Tonight we got 6 classes of cars, a big night. What do you think? 5 cars, 5 laps? 6
Sure.
cars, 6 laps? Great idea. I don't know. I guess I'm in the wrong chair to make that happen.
Well, the only problem with that is, I mean, you know, in these days of slightly dwindling car counts in every class, I mean, you just might not see a lot of racing that way. So I don't know.
Well, I got news for you. Are you seeing any right here?
Well, they're making noise.
We are doing that.
Yeah, they are making noise.
That's our job. Oh, the cars, you mean? Okay.
Art Lenert, an American up from Badger, Minnesota area, working on the 55 now, and hey, we've got ourselves a race. This would have been the last lap, though.
Well,
really,
hey,
right?
Well, let's see if we get anything going after this lap.
Well, definitely Art Lenert working on that 55. He's reeled him in and looking for a mistake on the part of the 55. It is quite dry over there, so you never know what can happen. These cars can get awful loose, awful quick on the racetrack. But right now, the 55 still looking good. White flag coming out, indicating 1 more lap to go. And here comes Lenert. Oh, there's your 3-lap race.
Hang on. Let's wait to see what happens here.
Well, you could say that if it had been a 3-lap race for 3 cars, that
Oh, we got a race broke out here. Look at this.
Art Lenert in the DQ 2L going by the 55.
Oh, boy.
Checkered flag is out. A great drive.
Now, you see, Martins is going to love my idea. Art Lenert thinks it's a horrible idea.
Well, Super Truck's coming out next, Pat, and I think they're going to get 8 laps. I say we make it 16.
Oh, you're sick. There is 6 cars in this event, 6 trucks in this event, so we're going to go 6. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, we're going 0 laps. Hold it. It's up on the Pepsi board. We're not going any.